Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. You're here with Lefebvre, otherwise known as DraxxKraven, when it's time to hear a story. This bar is crowded with people from every walk of life. Businessmen, young men in muddy overalls, and a crowd of girls in slinky dresses, preparing their blood alcohol content for a night on the town. But it's the squat, sharp-eyed man in the fedora who catches your attention. Start a conversation. He launches into a wild story about the 4 identical men, born to 2 different mothers, who confuse themselves amongst each other. Halfway through, he stops, recognizing the look on your face. You know this one? You tell him the story about the 2 men who each mistook the other for his missing brother. That's it? I like mine more. It's more exciting. That's sure. So that's why I'll keep telling it my way, he says. Let's get another round and do a competitive test on the other folks here, shall we? By the end of the night, the whole bar agrees the new version is better. It might be because your new friend bought them all drinks. Move on. Story grew in the telling. The 4 identical men, born to 2 different mothers. Well, damn. Okay, right. Pardon me. I couldn't remember how to whistle. They say you never forget. It's bullshit. What's going on now?
Through the dark, you stumble into the path of the white deer. Its beauty strikes you at once. It is something otherworldly, beyond borders. A moon swimming in the void. Human shouts not far away break the spell. The deer's ears prick up. This thing is being hunted.
I must help the deer.
You know a way out of here. As the hunter's cries get louder, you approach the deer carefully, palms outstretched. As you grow close, your features become clearer in the light of the deer's aura. It bolts into the path of an oncoming train.
We now have among us a tale of terrible tragedy. Move on.
This will be my tale, my vagrant song.
Ooh, hello, Crow. Think you got some good stories already? Well, I heard better, much better. Seems to wink at you. Want to hear my tricks? Ask about stories. The ones you got now? Pathetic stuff. You tell those stories around and they'll come back more exciting, more satisfying. So always listen to the stories other folks tell. Their tales are less true, sure, but more useful around the campfire. Makes sense. The boss has a point about the true ones, though. They're extra interesting. You learn a couple folks' true life stories and everyone will like them, no matter what kind of story they think they want to hear. Any other tips? Well, everyone's the captain of their destiny, gives a burst of laughter. Ain't no bootstraps in the world that can save you now, but the choices you make, they change the kind of stories you can tell. Ruffles its feather, a sort of shrug. Choose wisely, or don't. Got it. Okay. Off to Pennsylvania. Maybe I'll shift north New York way. But yeah, I see what he's talking about. The stories that I pick up and tell that get retold will be better at unleashing the companion tales, which will be overall better to adding to a big story.
Outside the small thicket of apple trees, the phrase "tended to by John Chapman" is carved into a fence post. Nearby, a hound lies on its side, perfectly still. Flies buzz around its ears. But a grizzled man pauses at his digging to shoo them off.
Help him dig.
There's an extra shovel. With it, the 2 of you make short work of the grave. He tells you about his beliefs, why he's raising apple orchards in the middle of the country. It's a sin to graft, he tells you. Hurts the tree. Eventually, the hole is deep enough.
A caring man, to be certain. Bear witness.
He stoops to the ground and lowers the pup into the earth. Tears flow freely. I'll see him again in heaven, he tells you. Our souls are bound by love. He wipes his eyes. I don't think I can bear to stay here, though. Maybe I'll set out again.
Good luck, old man. Move on. John Chapman, his orchard, and his dog. Whistling. Who'd have thought? Can I go to Canada? Is that a thing I can do? I couldn't when I was in Maine. Probably not. It looks like there's nothing in the northern wastes of Canada. What do we got here?
He leans against a fence and turns to face you as you pass him by. At his back is a bag full of birdseed. He assures you that the gawky birds perching on his body are the last remaining passenger pigeons.
I thought they were extinct.
They look extinct to you?
You're not sure those dull gray pigeons look anything like the pictures you've seen of passenger pigeons, though you can't help thinking they stare at you a little too intently.
Say, you like birds?
I got enough sun stories I could do with another lovers.
They're lovely creatures. Guileless, really.
Hunted damn near to extinction, weren't you? He strokes one of his birds under the chin. You think you see drips of blood flecking the creature's dirty gray head.
Excuse me.
You sense it's about time you start moving on.
You be kind to the little birds now, you hear?
You hurry along the road, though the flapping of ungainly wings seems to follow you for hours.
A curious man. The pigeon keeper. I don't think I've been this way. Well, I'll head up this road. Where am I headed to? I'm headed to Vermont. Okay, so I'll head up this way and then I'll hitchhike down. Sounds good. 'Cause this place looks like it's got some stories. Burlington, Vermont. I tried moving there once. It didn't work out. Wasn't meant to be, you know?
Clouds roll together to fill the sky.
Find cover, please.
You shelter beneath a rocky overhang. Above, the clouds turn gray and purple and blue. Lightning arcs between them. The hairs on the back of your arms stand on end.
Is this an emperor story? Watch the sky churn.
The lightning is so strong that it seems to open a path in the haze above you. You are sure you see massive talons curved around the clouds.
Keep watching.
The thunder is so immense that the ground trembles. Your lips and hands tingle from the electric charge that fills the air until the dancing lightning passes on over the hills.
Let's move on then. The massive thunderstorm.
Low tide on a moonless night. This beach is long, stretching toward a receding sea. In the darkness, the sand seems coarse and gray, alien. The stars are dim and distant.
Look to the horizon. Are we gonna get a will-o'-the-wisp?
It outshines the stars with its presence, a streak of sickly-colored light, leaving a trail of distorted fire. It slowly creeps along the sky like a vast worm, though you know that, given the distance, it must be moving at great speed.
So I could get a tower tail or a world tail. I think I could use some tower, I think. I don't have many of those. Do I?
And there, near the water's edge, a human figure. They stand there, transfixed by the light. 1, 2, 3 steps, ankles lowering into the surf. Silent collapse into a black wave, bathed in a nameless color. Then, nothing.
Move on. The light from the sky. Well then. What a tuneless whistle. Who cares? Alright, what do we got here?
You hear the whippoorwill first, shrill and close. Then you see him, high up above the black streaks of wires. A lineman, fraying belt holding him to the pole. A damned bird has come to perch on a power line, stare hungrily at the man's soul.
Witness!
He's unsteady. His hands are shaky, and his body sways in the wind. You spot his tool bag next to the pole, worn and frayed, much like the man. A half-gone bottle of cheap rye pokes out of it.
Oh god, so I could create a destructive story by taking the bottle, or I could walk away and create a bizarrely magic story. I think I've got 2 magic stories, so I'll take a destruction one.
What's he gonna do? Come down from the pole? You snatch it from his bag in one quick motion and walk away. Hey! He starts, but whatever he's about to say slips into a slurred whine as his belt snaps.
Witness!
His body plummets, and his limbs go slack with the understanding of what is happening to him. He tumbles into the tall, dry grass by the side of the road with a muffled noise. All you hear is the call of the whippoorwill. Eager, loud, thankful.
You're welcome, I guess. Okay, so... Oh man. Hitchhiking's tricky business. It's difficult to control the character. Okay, now can I hitchhike and whistle at the same time? No, give me... Damn it! My body is contorted all across this keyboard trying to whistle. Alright, so if I just hold W... Yes! I've done it! Yes! I am become master of hitchhike. You don't want to see how my fingers are contorted across this goddamn keyboard. Oh, but I can't turn left if I'm... Shit. I can't turn left if I'm inputting a whistle control. Or maybe I can't turn left at all. Oh well. Ain't no one coming. Guess I might as well go up to New York, run into Quinn again. Ah, damn it. Strange that no one's heading to Buffalo this time of year. I hear it's very nice. Hello, Canada. Ever present on the horizon. Alright, what do we got in Buffalo?
His clothes are expensive, but unkempt. A tailored jacket stretched and warped out of its best fit by long days on the road. His thinning frame weighs down the boxcar next to yours. You got a light, friend?
Of course I do.
You offer a match, which bends and nearly snaps as he scratches it against the pitted iron edge of the boxcar. Thanks, he mumbles, perching one last cigarette on his lip.
Where you going?
Don't rightly know where I'm going. You notice how deeply wrinkled his clothes are. It's as though a huge hand plucked him from a high society party and crumpled him up like a sheet of paper. Don't rightly know how I got going either.
How do you figure that?
They built a railway just past Missy Hudson's estate. damned racket ruined our soiree. Might have been a few bottles of Armagnac too many when I walked down the tracks to tell them to keep it quiet. He drags on the cigarette, but you never see him exhale.
That's curious. The last bottle of Armagnac. What do we got here?
A few wanderers like you are looking for a place to camp.
We heard there's a Leatherman cave nearby.
They tell you. They describe a locally famous vagrant who hiked this area for almost 30 years.
He's dead now, but his caves are the best place to camp at any town.
Where'd you say it is?
You and the other wanderers find the cave easily, because someone's lit a fire there. As you approach, you see a silhouette bend over the flames with an odd creaking sound, like a door swinging in the wind.
Who's there?
His coat is crudely stitched from leather plates that squeak against each other.
The Leatherman.
One of the others whispers.
A ghost.
The Leatherman must have heard, but he just stares. His face is corpse still.
Oh shit! No. Of course he isn't a ghost.
He's eating, you say, and point out his can of beans.
Je ne suis pas un fantôme,
The Leatherman says, and adds,
idiot. Oh,
bursts your companion.
Canadien.
Soon, he and the Leatherman are deep in conversation, and your group has a safe place to rest.
Move on. The Leatherman's cave. Funny. I always love a little Quebecois. Oh, I appear to be weary. Is it Scatman John? This kindly old man sharing the shade under the bridge with you tells a few rambling stories, some true seeming, some conspicuously less so. All true, he assures you. There's history in this place, going all the way back to Indian times. Strange stuff happens around here. Well, it can't all be true. Sure it is, he scoffs, and then as if to prove himself right, he launches into a story about the boy whose shiftless father left him alone in the woods. And this one, you know. It's the story of a boy who ran away with his father, but wilder and stranger than you remember. I know that one. See then? So I ain't pulling your leg, it's all true. The story grew into the telling the boy who ran away. The boy whose shiftless father left him alone in the woods. Well, let's bed down with Quinn a while. Chapter 2, I Will Get By.
Stranger, it's good to see you again. You know, I'm gonna see this whole world one day, but for now, I just got my sights set on seeing all 48 of the great U.S.
That's right, Hawaii and Alaska aren't part of it yet.
I already seen 10 whole states. That's better than my folks ever done, that's for sure. Plenty of townies and even some tramps treat me like I'm kid simple, but I ain't helpless, and I only act it when I ain't got no better choice, like if I get pinched. I do right fine on my own, don't need nobody but Cass and Flip. Hey, do you got any really thrilling stories to tell? I'm hankering for one of those.
Thrillers, eh? I'll tell you about the massive thunderstorm near Burlington, the Empress, nature, country, and home. Hopefully this is thrilling enough for him.
Well, that was something. You spin a good yarn.
Sweet.
In this country, I don't rightly know what this thing called America is. I know what I done been told in school, but the words don't fit the picture.
Really, Quinn? What makes you say that?
What with tramping across the whole thing, figure I'll find out for myself soon enough.
Right on, right on.
Hey, tell me one of those exciting stories.
An exciting story. Alright, alright. Oh, interesting. They already know that one. Exciting stories. Interesting. So you can only use... That one's sad. Now that one's also sad. Ooh, the story of the fortune teller and the curse. That one's scary more than anything. I think it'd be best off with the strange clamor on the streets of Boston.
Were you trying to scare me? Well, you didn't go far enough.
Darn.
The past is just that. Past. The whole world is at my feet, so why bother talking about the one place I can't go to no more? I want to hear one of them venturing tales. Got any?
An adventure? I ain't got much in the ways of adventure. Well, I do suppose the story of the last bottle of Armagnac by Buffalo counts as venturesome. That man's on an adventure, all right. Although perhaps I'm incorrect.
That was a chuckle to be sure. But do you know anything more lively?
Damn.
Being trapped, caged. You think beggardom is a prison? No, stranger. Beggardom is freedom. Responsibility is the real trap, wound tight like an old spring. Pride and pretending'll bleed folk dry, and then when there ain't nothing left to be proud of, when they can't pretend no more, they'll unwind.
Sounds about right, Quinn.
I want to hear one of them venturing tales. Got any?
I don't think I have any. Well, let's talk about the Leatherman's Cave. That's the closest I got to an adventure.
That was a chuckle to be sure.
Damn it.
Do you know anything more lively?
Apparently not, Quinn. Apparently not.
Faith. Well, I ain't the religious type, though I was raised in the Christian way. I reckon I don't see no point to trusting a God what could squash you in an instant.
Ooh. An interesting perspective from such a young person.
Such a situation don't exactly breed trusting.
Right?
Hey, do you got any really thrilling stories to tell? I'm hankering for one of those.
I think this is the opportunity for the... Let's tell the tale of the drunkard lineman. Let's put some fear into this boy. Or gal. Still not entirely sure.
Ain't life got enough tear-jerkers in it without telling stories like that? Jeez.
Darn.
Change. Change ain't coming, stranger. It's already here, so they say.
Wise.
Got a whole country tied together with rails and roads and still can't feed everybody.
Right? Seems strange, that. Always wondered.
Between you and me, I think that ain't ever gonna change. Can or can't got nothing to do with it. Well, sun's coming up, so I've got to get ready to go. Thanks for the tales, friend.
See you around, Quinn.
Where you heading next? Decided yet? Maybe our paths will cross. I'm going up the road this way myself.
Interesting. Over to Maryland. I'm thinking maybe I should head a little west. Maybe I'll double back around to Quinn. Head through, Ohio and West Virginia, and then regular Virginia, and then up to Maryland, perhaps. Thanks for the heads up, Quinn. Catch you later.
Hope I'll see something fun. I generally do, you know. There's interesting things to see everywhere if you keep your eyes open.
Well, that's that. Thank you very much for joining me in this episode of Let's Play Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. For the Lefebvre, otherwise known as DraxxKraven, bidding you all a very good night.